Hello, in this project I want to build on the previous USB projects and show you a technique for making data transfer between an embedded system and the PC easier. To start with, let me just show you what's going on. So here we have an E-block system with an Arduino Mega upstream board and a temperature and humidity sensor on port D. There's a combo board there, but we're not going to use it. And you can see that if I put my finger on the temperature sensor, then it goes up to, in this case, 26 or 27 degrees. So that's the embedded side. We're also measuring the humidity. If I just shrink that a minute and let me show you the PC application. This is our panel. I've got a COM port, a graph with a clear button, and I've got a new component which is called a JSON decoder, and there's a corresponding encoder in the embedded system. And if I run that for you, there's a graph here. It's an auto scaling graph, and again, if we put a finger on the temperature sensor, you can see it rising, and if we remove the finger, you can see it falling again. So we're just graphing the temperature over time. I'll just stop that and I'll explain how that works, and let's go to the embedded program first. So the embedded program, I've got a display. There's a temperature humidity sensor on port D. I've got the USB UART, and there's a JSON encoder. The program, this is the main routine of the program. We're initializing a load of stuff and just checking that the LCD is in place. And then we've got an endless loop here. We grab hold of the temperature and put it into a variable temperature, and we convert the temperature and the floating value, so we convert the string temp : space and the temperature floating point number into a string. We print it onto the LCD display as you've seen here. We then do the same for the humidity. So we've got two strings now for temperature and humidity, and again we print it. And then we call the macro send data via USB. And this is going to send a JSON packet. And JSON is really handy because if using the techniques we saw previously in the previous programs, if we wanted to construct a packet of data with quite a few different variables in, it would take us quite an effort to construct the packet, and more importantly, to get the right bit of data from the packet. Now, what JSON allows you to do is effectively create a kind of CSV file where you've got the name of the variables followed by the variable itself. So on deconstruction of such a packet, you just need to look for the variable name in the packet and take the next number. And the way it's done is shown here. We clear the JSON packet. Then we assign the first variable to the word temperature. We assign the second variable in the packet to the word humidity. Then we assign the temperature floating point to the first packet. We assign the humidity floating point number to the second packet. And then we generate a JSON string, and then we send that JSON string up through the UART through USB. So that's created a packet, a JSON packet. Let's look at how it's received. This is the PC developer program, and you can see I've just run this and stopped it, and we've plotted a graph. The way it works is you open the COM port, clear the XY graph. We've got an endless loop. We receive a packet of information from the USB and we put it into the string RX data. We then pass RX data. That allows the computer to sort out the various different bits of the JSON packet. We then say, okay, we want to find the string temperature and we want to put the location of that in the packet into the return value index, the variable index. And then we assign the variable value to the element index inside the packet. Then we add the temperature to the graph, and there's a small routine there to detect whether you've pressed the clear button. When you've only got two variables like temperature and humidity, it seems like this is a lot of effort. But if we had 50 variables or a more complex structure, then you can see that what you can do here is you can grab the appropriate variable from a packet without knowing in advance whereabouts that data is in the packet itself. And JSON is used in lots of places where information is transferred between computers in packets consisting of multiple variables. And actually, once you get used to it, it's a really brilliant way of transmitting data. Okay, thanks for watching.